Welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy. Today we're going to be showcasing a scotch, blended scotch to be exact. This here is HighLand Mist. It is a blended scotch. It comes in at 40% ABV. The price on this for Mr. Randy is $12, just under $12 to be precise. This is from the Barton brand, which is out of the Sazerac company. Of course, there is no age statement because it is an inexpensive Scotch whiskey. I do not have a whole lot of information on this whiskey because it is one of those inexpensive whiskeys. Basically, inexpensive blended whiskeys can be from anywhere, from anything. But let's get to it and have a pour. The one good thing is it is actually a glass bottle, but it does have a plastic screw top. I guess you make compromises where you have to. Let's go ahead and get that pour on. Okay. That is a nice light straw. It's a little darker than a regular straw. Somebody would say it's like a light gold or a darker straw. The legs are a little slow, but she does pick up and start to run. Just get under the nose. Okay. This nose is, I'm going to put it probably smack dab in the middle. That's got a very nice nose. Not offensive. Not underwhelming. Definitely lets you know that it's in the room. Sawdust? That's weird. I didn't get that on the first half of the bottle. You can see. So when I cracked this open, probably earlier afternoon. I was doing some homework, checking on doing some business at the desk here. And I cracked this open, decided to taste it. Started sipping. Hours go by. Sun goes down. The light disappears out of the window. I'm already halfway through this bottle. It's very, very easy. 40%. It is a blended scotch, so yeah, something that's really right up Mr. Randy's alley. And it's only $12. Not the best inexpensive scotch that Mr. Randy likes. You know the one. So there's like, on the nose, there's like sawdust, ashtray. I know these these adjectives are a little oddball, but that's what I'm getting. So yeah, it's a scotch, and you got all the natural notes of scotch. A little oaty, I guess, oaty. Barley, there you go. Grain. A little tiny bit of ethanol. Some sweetness, like, but let's get it on the palate. There's a little minty. There's a little bit of mint dancing around in there somewhere. It comes out in the palate. Not so much on the nose, but it's on the palate. The palate differentiates just slightly from the nose. The nose, yeah, it's that sawdust ashtray gone on the palate. Not there on the palate. That finish is just about moderate. It's just about mid. It's nothing on the high end. Everything hangs out in the front, the sides, middle of the palate. Nothing on the back end. It's pretty moderate. It's fading. It definitely leaves a trace, but not a long one. That's actually pretty nice. Now, Mr. Randy is a lover of inexpensive scotch. I have evolved, if you will, into a Scotchman. Started out in bourbon, moved to American whiskey, then skipped over to Irish, and then just took a sidestep over to Scotch. And now I don't think I can go back. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love a good bourbon, but it has to be special. There has to be something about that special in the bourbon, or else I just don't care for it. Regular American whiskey has to be even more special for me to even mess with it. I am now getting to a point where Irish whiskeys, I think, are basically mid all over. There's more bad Irish than there is anything else that I can find, except for bourbon. Everybody tries their hand at bourbon and fails. What we say is, always, a bad Scotch will always beat out a bad bourbon. And that is absolutely true. A fellow whiskey tuber says, a great bourbon will always beat out a great Scotch. Or something to that effect when it comes to the price point. But this inexpensive Scotch really checks boxes. It doesn't come in a cheap plastic bottle. It's glass. They say they went that far, right? The price is a little high. I said it comes in at 12. You think, well, 12 is not very high for a 750. I can get a 1.75 liter for just under 22, and that is the Old Smuggler. I love Old Smuggler. But let's move on. That finish is now gone. That's pretty moderate, a little above a moderate, I would say. My score on this, I'm going to have to give it a 4 out of 5. It really does check a lot of boxes. It's inexpensive. It comes in a glass bottle. It is a Scotch. It's blended. It's not offensive. Easy to drink. And I already showed you, I drank half a bottle in one setting. Yes, it was over the course of several hours in the afternoon into the evening. But that's how easy going it is. The Smuggler's is a little bit sweeter. This is a little bit on the milder side compared to the Old Smuggler. So 4 out of 5. I think it's well earned, that 4 out of 5. My fair price, I actually think I wouldn't go less than 15 on this bottle. I think they could probably even get away with 20. Although, like I said, for $22, I can get a 1.75 Old Smuggler. I would buy the Old Smuggler over this, hands down. But yeah, I think 15 would be good. I think 15 would definitely hit the mark on this one. Would I buy this again? I mean, sure, if they were out of Old Smuggler, I'd probably go for this. There's a few other inexpensive Scotches that I do like and probably would prefer. It's just that this one has a slightly different characteristic than some of those other cheap, inexpensive blended Scotches. But that being said, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Love to hear from you. So thanks for stopping by at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy. Have a good one.